It is now 13 minutes before the hour. You're watching Daybreak Live. We're joined by my friend Patrick McDonald, Southern Dance, with us this morning. And Patrick, first of all, it's a little chill in the air this morning, right?
I did notice that when I got out this morning.
And if y'all haven't noticed, Patrick, he's an exercise guy. And he's the one walking along the streets of Sylacauga while he's exercising, doing another good deed, and that's sticking paper. How'd you get started doing that?
You know, it was more just wanting to get in my normal day, getting out, walking and going down the street. And as I was walking, I noticed there was a bunch of trash, and I said, you know, somebody ought to do something about that. And so I did. And so I just went and bought me a little picker-upper and carried my Walmart bag and go have my coffee every morning.
Do you ever pick up any surprises?
I'm surprised a lot.
Oh, hey, let's talk about Little Women. Gonna be showcased beginning tomorrow night over B.B. Comer.
Absolutely, yeah. We open at B.B. Comer High School Memorial Auditorium. It's going to be tomorrow night, and then Saturday we'll have 2 shows this week, and then next Saturday we'll have our closing show at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on the 26th. We did that basically because you got a lot of football Friday.
Yeah.
So we just stayed off the football altogether and have 4 shows for the public to come and see. Tickets are $15 in advance, $20 at the door. You can get them at SDPAC.net, SDPAC.net, and the link's right there at the top of the page.
Talk about Little Women. What's it about?
It is based on the book by Louisa May Alcott back in the 1800s.
How old were you then when that?
You know, it was just slightly before my time,
go.
but you know, I've known people.
Yeah.
But it's happened during the Civil War, and their father has gone off to fight the war, and it begins in that, and it is really a character study of how those 4 sisters live together, work together, and it really is told from the point of view of the second sister, you know, that whole middle child complex, and it is how she just doesn't want the world to change, and she just wants to hold on to this idyllic life that she had as a kid, and all the things that life is throwing at her, trying to make her grow up, make her change into something else, and how she is fighting against it, and you know, when she has to accept things and when she can change things.
Who are some of the other characters in the show?
Well, you've got Shaylin Vick is playing Meg March. Joe March is played by Celia Giddens. Beth March is played by Abby Marshall. And then we are playing 2 Amy's because Amy goes through this nice little growth spurt right in the middle of the show. So in Act 1, we've got Emma Beagle playing Amy, and then in the afternoon, Allie Reams.
So what goes into a selection of a play?
Well, what we do a lot of times, we have to select for content, obviously, because we're a family theater and we don't want to put on things that are risque. We don't want to, you know, we look for language and adult themes, and we just don't deal with those in most cases. There are a lot of other theater companies that can. We also look for literary things because we have schools that will be coming next week. I think the sign-up dates have already passed to come and see shows, bringing their kids on field trips to come see us. And so what we very often try to do is tie into the reading lists at the schools and find something literary based for the school year, so that when they come, they can debrief on the literature that they saw performed in front of them. And, you know, at times contrast and compare. You know, what did you see on stage? What did you miss seeing on stage? It's just like when you watch a movie, you do the same thing. Well, this was in the book. Well, you know, you can't put everything on the stage, so you have to choose.
Yeah. Why did you choose theater for yourself?
You know, I kind of stumbled into it. I started in college just on a lark and went to an audition and for a comedy sketch team and just fell in love with it. I realized that there are skills in it that you don't use everywhere else. It trains you for life. You come in, you learn how to present yourself, you learn how to speak, you learn how to hold yourself up, you learn how to become a different character. There's sometimes you go in places and you need to appear really, really strong. And so, You go in and you appear really, really strong, and you know you're playing a character, but we do these things. I know that a lot of law schools want their attorneys who are going to be practicing in front of juries to be trained in acting, so that when they get up there, they can evoke emotion, because that's what theater is. It is an emotional experience. It is there to bring emotions out of you. It's there to make you laugh or make you cry or make you scared or make you angry, and all in plays will bring all of that out.
Kind of like television.
Well, yeah, television, it's just I like television, but it's a two-dimensional box.
Yeah, there you
go. Theater is beautiful because it's 3D and it's alive. The show that we do tomorrow night will never be done again, ever, by anybody, not even us. The shows on Saturday, we'll have 2 shows, and that first show will be different from the second show because circumstances change. The way people might deliver a line changes. The way we interact changes. All of those things change. So every performance is an absolutely unique experience.
What about qualifications for theater?
Coming into theater, you can really start at the ground level. That's why we have this theater company, is to train actors and actresses. So you'll see some people who are on stage for this one, it's their very first show, and then you'll have some very seasoned actresses and actors on stage who are very, very good. And have been working for years on learning how to act and learning how to be a character on stage. So you come in, we teach you. When you audition, that's what we're assessing. We're looking at where you can fit in as far as a character goes, but then what the training you're going to need to get to that final result 8 weeks later.
So how long have you been working on Little Women, and what is next on the cutting table?
We started Little Women right after Labor Day. As far as rehearsals go, I've been working on Little Women for a couple, 3 months before that. And then coming up at the end of February, February 27th is our opening, is a musical, huge musical called Wind in the Willows. It's based on a children's book, but it is some of the best music and some of the best stories and pageantry. It is a much bigger thing than we have tried. I say that, I think, for every show because we just kind of keep growing, but I don't know if there's a bigger show out there. It is huge. And I'm really looking forward to it. We've already started, the choreographer's already working on it. I've been working on the script for 6 months, and
wow.
And just how do we put this on stage? I know that my stage manager, Roxanne Parrish, and costumes and props, Delora Rayfield, they have been working on planning for this. We even were talking about it the other night when we finished rehearsal for Little Women. Oh, let me ask you about this in Wind in the Willows, because it is going to be such a huge show. We can't just start in November and have it on stage.
So
in
I was about to ask, how do you balance the now and the future?
Well, that it's a constant fight. It's kind of like playing tennis with yourself sometimes. you hit it from one side of the net, and then you run to the other side and hit it back, because there's sometimes you've got to have both shows in motion at the same time.
All right, let's talk about Little Women. Premieres tomorrow night.
Little Women, B.B. Coleman Memorial High School Auditorium, 7 o'clock tomorrow night, 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock this Saturday, and then 2 o'clock the next Saturday. Tickets, $15 in advance, $20 at the door at sdpac.net, sdpac.net, or call 256-245-1669.
All right, now this is family friendly, I guess.
Absolutely.
Okay, and is there a break between acts?
There is an intermission roughly halfway through. So we've got it's a 2-act play. So there'll be an intermission right there in the middle, about 15 minutes.
Okay, and we're going to be giving away a couple of tickets to Little Women as well. So we don't want you to miss that. Patrick McDonald, Southern Dance and Performing Arts, our guest this morning. Little Women tomorrow night at the beautiful B.B. Coleman High School Auditorium. Not a bad seat in the house, is it?
There really isn't. It is a beautiful place to perform, and we love the school. The administration has been great working with us.
Now, quickly, as we leave this morning, if maybe people are watching then say, well, I've been toying around with the idea of taking a look at theater, what do they need to do next?
Well, we will have auditions for Wind in the Willows over in November. You can give me a call, and we can get all the information, and we'll be posting that on the SDPAC website as well as the Facebook page, Southern Dance and Performing Arts. So you can go out there, take a look at the auditions, come in, talk with us. Even if you're terrified, that's where most actors start. You're terrified at that first audition. And so you come in, you swallow that fear, and you get up there and you've just learned your first lesson of acting.
Young, older, in
Absolutely.
between?
Our youngest, I believe in this one, is 10 or 11, and the oldest one is north of 50. So
I like
it's
the way
wide
you
range.
said that. Patrick McDonald, our guest on Southern Dance Performing Arts here in Sylacauga. Little Women tomorrow night. Don't forget that at B.B. Comer High School Auditorium. It continues throughout the weekend. Patrick, always a pleasure, sir.
Thank you so much.
More Daybreak just ahead.